Hi schools and teachers, happy 21-22 school year. Hartford Performs is so excited to be working and bringing arts programming back into your schools to do face-to-face in-person programming. On the screen you're going to see our mission, and just want to point out that Hartford Performs' purpose is to infuse and integrate arts and cultural experiences into teaching and learning. And our goal is always to improve outcomes across the curriculum. You have a school site coordinator. They are a superstar and your school's point person and arts advocate. They are there to ensure that programs are successful in your school, and they're there to assist you with your program selections, scheduling needs, and reminders. They also confirm that programs happen. All student programs are connected to the Common Core State Standards and National Core Arts Standards. There's an application process and selection process of every program, which has been reviewed by a committee of teachers. Once programs are on the roster, there is a continual review of programs both through teacher feedback surveys and Hartford Performs observations. If you're interested in Hartford Performs' mission, core values, and our land acknowledgement, those can be found on our organization website, hartfordperforms.org. Now for this year, we're really excited to continue our virtual catalog, and this is going to be available to all teachers again this year. We'll have access to free programs in our virtual catalog. You'll be getting coupons and directions on how to select those programs later this fall. For my classroom teachers, pre-K through 8th grade, as well as my specials teachers in Unified Arts and PE, you are going to have in-person programming options this year as you have in the past. Those in-person programs include in-school workshops and in-school performances, as well as a small number of off-site field trips to local museums and a few springtime performances for this year. There is no requirement this year for 2nd, 4th, 6th, or 8th grade to go off-site. That is only up to the grade level teachers if you want to venture off-site this year. Again, there's no requirement. Since we're doing programs in person, I want to make sure that you know that all of our arts providers are providing proof of vaccination before scheduling any programs that go into the school building. If arts providers are unvaccinated, they must produce a negative COVID-19 test result within the appropriate time frame from their scheduled program date. If a negative test is not provided, then the program will be canceled and the lead teacher will be notified 2 to 4 days in advance of the scheduled program. All of our arts providers will be wearing masks when they enter the building. All of our arts providers have the flexibility to modify their programs for social distancing. So even if it is not clearly articulated in their program description this year, when you have a conversation with our arts providers, they are able to modify and so that they can maintain social distancing and see students in cohort. All arts providers have also been recommended to wipe down their materials that they use and pass and bring classroom to classroom. So what can classroom teachers pick for in-person programming? Okay, classroom teachers, if you are a pre-K classroom teacher through an 8th grade classroom teacher, you are selecting as a whole grade level team. You have a $20 budget for your whole grade level to select in-person programming. You're going to choose one lead teacher this year, and they're going to be the main contact who will coordinate with the arts provider and schedule programs for the whole grade level. You're going to get to choose between in-school and off-site programs with program costs of $0, $5, $10, or $20 per student. Again, you're going to pick programs that are 5, 10, 20, or 0 that are going to add up to a $20 budget for your whole grade level. When you're searching, pay attention to the artist's availability as well as student minimums in order to bring the program into your school. For off-site field trips, please take in consideration funding for transportation and COVID-19 requirements. And as always, pick some backup programs in case the program, your first choice, is not available. For my specials teachers, these are Unified Arts, PE, or other special teachers in your school. 3 specials teachers in your school can select programs this year. Specials teachers, you can choose one program to serve a whole grade level, or you can pick 2 programs that will only serve 2 classes each. And a classroom is roughly 25 students. It would be the students you meet in one period or block, and you would serve 2 of those. You have in-school program options to select from with program costs of $200 or $250 per classroom. You should filter your options by Unified Arts PE subject area, and please coordinate with your other specials teachers so that you're choosing different grades. All teachers, you may want to consider Cultural Month celebrations when you're making your program selections. We have an awesome variety of teaching artists that have cultural specific programming on our roster. You can search for these programs by filtering for the social studies curriculum subject area, clicking on social studies as that filter box, or you can specifically search by the arts provider's name or their program title in the keyword search. Hartford Stage Connections programs are so popular each year. This year, classroom teachers are going to select programs through a survey link, which Hartford Performs and your site coordinator will be sending out with you. There are Hartford Stage Connections programs available for kindergarten through 6th grade this year. These programs are $0 and do not count against a grade level $20 budget. There are, however, limited classrooms available, so each teacher in a classroom should fill out their survey if they want a program for their students. This survey will also populate a wait list if more programs become available throughout the year. Spring performances are happening off-site at a limited number of our theater partners: Playhouse on Park, TheaterWorks, Sonia Plum Dance Company, and Dimensional Dance. All of these theaters are able to provide the current Hartford Schools COVID-19 safety regulations of 1 school at a performance at a time. If a grade level teacher is interested in a spring performance, you should add that to your selections, and please include some backups if off-site becomes unavailable at some point in this year. Searching, selecting, and sending your programs can now all be done online through our program roster. You're going to go to database.hartfordperforms.org, and I highly recommend that you use the Google Chrome browser in order to do this from your desktop or your laptop. When you go to the database, you'll find this search, and I want to point out that performance or tour programs as a program type are programs where students are predominantly audience members. There may be some call and response and some interactive Q&A, but mostly they are sitting and watching the program or taking a museum tour. Hands-on workshops, students are more actively participating, as well as in short-term residencies. The students are actively participating, and this is a multiple day visit from an arts provider, between 3 and 5 day long visits. You can also search by location, and then you can see Unified Arts, PE, and special subject areas. That is the filter you want to start with when you're searching for your programs. On the roster, you can add your programs using the shopping cart feature. There's a little shopping cart button at the corner of each program picture. And when you open the program description, there is also an add to cart option. This is going to help you populate a list of all of your cart items for your team grade level to review and finalize what your program options that you want for this year, as well as some backup options. Once you've filled your cart and finalized your cart, the lead teacher this year is going to fill out this form. This form collects all of the specific information for you and your grade level and your students. And when you hit send, it's going to send the cart to your site coordinator. Please make sure in the notes section of this form that you are specifying your program preferences and which programs are your backups. For Unified Arts, PE, or specialist teachers, please specify if you're picking one program to serve a whole grade level or you'd prefer 2 programs to serve 2 classes. Once you click send, you're going to get an email into your inbox as the lead teacher, and it's going to look like what you see on your screen. The site coordinator at your school is also going to receive this email, and this information is collected through our database and program roster. We're going to be using these shopping carts to book your programs this year. If you need to revise your shopping cart, you have to send a whole other email. So please note in the notes section if what you're sending is a revision, and we'll use the most current version of your shopping cart in order to book your programs. Once your programs are booked, you're going to receive a booking confirmation email. This email is going to go to the lead teacher, and it includes the arts provider name and contact information. That is your next job as the lead teacher, is to immediately reach out and call and email the arts provider to schedule the programs for your students. Now, your site coordinator might have some deadlines for you on when all of this needs to be completed. Once programs are happening, some keys to a successful program is to ensure that all teachers in the grade level or arts, PE, and specials have clear communication with the teaching artist that's coming into your classroom. Please feel free to be open and share what the expectations are for your classroom, how you expect students to behave or answer questions, or if there are any new COVID-19 regulations they need to be following. Successful programs happen when teachers are present and participating. Also, when the program is connected to the content in the classroom. Perhaps this is meeting some student learning objectives, social and emotional learning objectives for your classroom. Any way that you can make those connections stronger for the student is going to add to the success of the program. And then finally, letting us know how the program went, which leads us to our online surveys and lead teacher feedback. The lead teacher is going to get a survey link after each program is completed. We ask that that survey be submitted to give us an overall understanding of how that individual program and arts provider went. Then for the entire year, we ask you to submit as a grade level 1 lesson survey. This survey is different from the program survey because we want to know about a strong classroom connection that you're making for your students with a Hartford Performs program. And with that, I hope you all have a wonderful year. Please pay attention to deadlines and when these things need to be completed. And we hope you have a wonderful arts-filled year. Thanks.